Well, good Thursday afternoon to you. It's Dan. I want to welcome y'all to my home in the sticks. Good gracious almighty, I hope everybody is having a wonderful Thursday. But you know what? The topic for today is asparagus. Just give me a second, we're going to jump into it. All right, you and y'all, subscriber and fellow YouTube creator had a question about my asparagus. I said, you know what, Dan, can you do a little video on your asparagus beds? And of course, heck yeah, I like to share. The name of the channel and creator is Gracious Treats, and that's T-R-E-A-T-Z. Evidently, he is trying to grow asparagus and maybe a container is not having any luck. So what I wanted to show her and you and y'all is how I grow my asparagus over here. What I have here is a wicking bed. I have a bunch of asparagus growing in here. There's one there and one right here, and actually there's one right there. What you need to realize is asparagus is a perennial. It will come back every year religiously if you show it some love and you plant it good. You need to harvest it when it's about as big as a pencil. Now, what I've planted here in this wicking bed, 3-year crowns, and I alternated them. Planted some crowns, waited a year, planted some more crowns, just so I can get a continuous harvest. But I try to plant 3-year crowns. And what that means is after the 4th year, once you plant them, they grow. They get to doing this thing right here. And this is a fern stage. And this is a juvenile asparagus plant. 4th year, you should be able to harvest some asparagus. And I, believe it or not, I have harvested quite a few asparagus from this wicking bed here. Okay, Dan, wicking bed. If anybody has any interest in the wicking bed method of growing things, I sure enough do a video on that, just to show you or explain to you what I done did with this growing method. What I have in this bed is a bunch of Mary Washington. These guys right here, can you eat them? Yes, you can. Let me pick that off, and I like to take these little shoots like this and put them in salad. What I wanted to show you and y'all, Gracious Treats, is how I plant these guys out. And what I have here in this container is some purple passion asparagus. They normally come in, it's normally 3, and this is kind of like a bare root way of planting asparagus. And they normally come 3 to a pack. And they are normally tied up with rubber bands. And how I plant my asparagus is, I have a bunch of spots over here that are bare. And when you plant asparagus, you have to tend to them, you have to watch them. I actually let this wicking bed go, let it go to fern, and I just didn't tend to it. That's why it's not, this bed is not slam chuck full with asparagus. According to the asparagus growers, and I'm out, 9-10 inches apart. But old Dan is all about planting things close together. I don't know, just OCD like that. And it worked out for me because there you go, you see it, proof is in the pudding. What I have done is I'm going to plant out a few of these purple passions in this wicking bed. We're going to roll with it and see what happens. I've actually just dug out a few holes. Asparagus likes to be planted deep in the soil. Asparagus likes a kind of a sandy, loamy soil. But I'll take one of these bare root guys and I will spread these roots out. You could actually make you a little mound, set them down in there, and just give them a good cover up with some soil. Well, there are a whole bunch of different ways and methods to grow asparagus. Yes, there are. There's a bunch of them. But this is the way that I planted my asparagus, and I haven't had any problems with it. Let me get this this last two purple passions in this soil in the wicking bed. And I'll turn this camera back on and we'll go over yonder and I'll show you what I'm going to do over there. All right, y'all, here's another little spot that I planted out some asparagus. And these right here are Jersey Giants. Look how big around this guy is. He's like huge. What I have over here, a little miniature raised bed. I'm just gonna go ahead and plant some asparagus in it because it isn't going anywhere and I'm not using it for anything else. I'm gonna reiterate that asparagus is a perennial. They come back every year. So wherever you plant them, that's when you need to plant them and nothing else. You could probably companion plant if you wanted to. It's up to you. And what I have here is some Jersey Giant crowns. I'm gonna see about getting these guys in the ground. I have them soaking in water because you should rehydrate your asparagus crowns when you get them. Probably dig a little trench out on these right here. And we're gonna take these crowns, we'll just situate them and just see what they look like in the soil. Go on and pull these, see if we can't pull these roots apart. Just plant them down like that. Let's cover them up. See what happens. There's our Jersey Giants in the ground. Now, on your soil mixture for your asparagus, you want to make sure that it drains pretty well. Asparagus doesn't just like to sit in soggy water, so you want to make sure that you have a well-draining soil. I want to show you and y'all and Gracious Treats how I do my asparagus beds. Gracious Treats, you might want to expand your growing medium as to what you're actually growing your asparagus in. Maybe they're too confined, that I don't know, without just a little bit more information, but that's how I grow mine. If this video has helped you, that's what it's all about. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the Home and Six channel, y'all need to come on over here and give me a look because I'm always doing stuff, really. And with that being said, you know it's coming. Dan's always gonna say it. Don't let nobody dull your shine, especially when you're planting out some asparagus. And we'll see you and y'all in the next video.